sir, Vinay sir, and Aurobindo sir for joining us. And I welcome all the participants who have decided to attend this demo session. Uh, so first of all, thank you and for choosing AID. And what AID is for those who are not aware, I'll just show you a little bit of intro we'll be giving. Before that, just some ground rules for the webinar. You can use the chat box for general interaction. But if you have a question in particular, please use the question and answer icon to ask, because the speakers get the alert for that. And this session we are streaming live on YouTube, and it's also being recorded, so you can always come back. Now, Asian Institute of Design is a education institute located in Bangalore, in an area called Murgeshpalya. We offer undergraduate and professional courses, diploma courses in art, gaming, animation, and emerging technologies. All our faculties come with industry experience, having worked in the field themselves, and that's one of our strength, why we are able to impart more practical skills. And Our students have got credits in games like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and movies like Oscar nominated Jungle Book, then Godzilla, and many more such titles. More details you can find on our website, and you can always get in touch with us over social media. Uh, and these short-term courses now, so short-term courses, so this will be a general intro to the course as such, as to what you would be covering, and any doubts that you may have related to that. So the short-term courses, why we have started them for, is because we feel that in the industry itself there is a lot of demand for certain type of skills, especially in this field, in the field of animation and game art, and even for artificial intelligence. Certain softwares, certain skills within those softwares are very much required and can land you a good job if you have proficiency in them. And even regular graduations or regular diplomas or etc. may not cover these to such an extent. So for such people who want to sharpen their skills and pick up on one particular skill in one particular software, I feel these courses will be a of great help to you. Uh, Please feel free to ask any questions that you have to Mr. Aurobindo is here. Mr. Vinay Kumar is here. Mr. Vinay teaches animation. Mr. Sumit Biswas and Mr. Aurobindo are game art faculties. They also deal with 3D modeling in case you have any questions. Uh, so without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Vinay, and I would like to hand over to him. And thank
Good
you.
morning, Manpreet. Thank you for the intro. I couldn't have said it any better than what Manpreet said. It was perfect, spot on for what the program is about. Good morning, guys. This is the short-term program which is there as of now. We are concentrating on to sharpen the skills, as what Manpreet said. Industry looks out for people, not to give them more training required, because they want them on the floor and in the project, to land on the project, to start off as quick as possible. So this is where we come in, and we can say that, and it gives us as faculties a better, I wouldn't say a better, but at least it gives us more freedom to dive into specifications of topics, which will definitely enhance your skill in that particular expertise of area. Now, having said that, just like to know, we would like to know as to how many people are here for which particular domain. Based on that, whatever is your questions, whatever is your doubts and queries, we will clear it out. And on precision as to what will be delivered to you guys in the form of classroom demos, classroom sessions, assignments, mainly to do with how to understand the basics behind what is being there for that particular short-term program. Because software or tool is just a middleman, an intermediary session. If you can understand the basics or the concept behind what is the project at hand, that solves majority of your problem as to how to go about with the tool. Clear, guys? So I would just like to ask if you guys have any questions or on the overview of what is there. Based on that, I will explain to you what the animation short-term programs are. Mr. Oro will explain to you the After Effects and a couple of modeling, and Mr. Sumit will explain the modeling part of what is there for the short-term program, the texture modeling textual part of it.
Okay, I think some of them texted.
Yeah,
Manpreet sir, can you just check the text?
no, we got it. You can. I got it. We can. I'm interested in game animation and acting. Wanted to know which will we start off with. We got. JP, can you just show the PDF? You can't share the PDF, JP.
Yes, yes, I can.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah. So you're interested in game. Abhinash, you're interested in game animation and acting. Wanted to know when it will start and what will be taught. Okay. Now, before jumping into anything on the courses, you guys will have to understand that this is there for certain courses there are prerequisites, meaning you will have to have a basic understanding before you join the program for certain things. See, for Maya for animation, that is from the basics we are teaching. So no, there's no prerequisite for that. Anyone can join because that is they're getting an insight into what the software Maya does or is used for the purpose of animation. We're not teaching. We won't be teaching like in-depth basics of what is animation. We're just showing what Maya is useful for an animation and give a couple of assignments of how you can use the tool for animation purpose. But for other things like for game animation, you should be knowing what is animation. You should have a reel of your own so that we can understand at what level you are in. So it becomes much easier for us to know and gauge how to go about with teaching and delivery of the course for you. Um, so you cannot do. I would definitely suggest the not to have parallel programs. One after the other is always best because the way these short-term courses are designed as well is for that. That once you finish one, you have a basic foundation for the next. So before you go ahead, it will be helpful for you to have demo reel and skill sets that we can have a good gauge. So if you already know the basics of Maya for animation, you don't need to do that program. You can always choose what is there. That is game animation, the body dynamics, acting for animation. So all these things you can apply for based on your demo reel. We will let you know how to go about with proceeding for the program. Yeah, so let me talk about Maya for animation. And yeah, so here we'll be introducing Maya for people who are at the grassroots level who don't know what Maya is, showing them the UI interface for what is used for animation only, not for modeling or any other things, just for purely for animation. We'll be teaching with what is to do with graph editor, how it is the bread and butter of animation. It helps a big additive. Then slowly we will go into three, to understand basic principles of animation. How do you incorporate these 2D principles and 3D principles into software with the use of small examples and assignments like what is arc, what is timing and spacing, how important is the pose, what are weight shifts. So all these things for the basic level. You can, it's not that once you do this program you will be efficient as a beginner of animation. No, this is just an overview program so that you understand how to animate, how animation is done, how you use the basic principles into animation, and then move forward with the other shorter programs. The main software we'll be using is Maya, but please do understand that whatever is the basic skill level is what we're concentrating on, not the software wise. So we have After Effects program. Mr. Oro, if you could just explain what is this thing for After Effects that is there, the program, the course.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Vinay, sir. So, yes, if you can stop the presentation, I'll share. Just a sec. Yeah. Wait. Just yeah. So, as you guys all know, like similar to the Maya program for After Effects, we will be covering, like, this is also a beginner level course, like where you learn the in and out of After Effects, all the user interface, plus how to do all the leading techniques that are available to do motion graphics, to do 2D animations, and to do the introduction of VFX. Because After Effects at the end of the day is a compositing software where you can do a lot of stuff. It's not a dedicated one software. So you can also animate, you can also composite, you can also do a lot of stuff there. So in this course, so as you can see, starting from your logo creation to motion graphics, learning all the graph editors. Okay, just like Maya, After Effects also has graph editor. Then learning layer management. Okay, learning 2D and 3D animation of layers. Now, for this we have prerequisite, like you must have a good idea of Photoshop, not advanced level, but at least no working idea of Photoshop, because uh, After Effects and Photoshop, they're interlinked. Okay, so if you can, sir, stop sharing, I will quickly show like what we will be covering through. So let me just share. Give me 1 second. Huh? Yes, am I my screen is visible to all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Arul.
All right. So starting from your user interface in After Effects to creating motion graphics, like let me open up a project and exactly show. Right. Uh, so this is just an example of your 3D motion graphics, like how to do all 2D plus 3D motion graphics. So learning all these techniques, right? Right now, industry is always looking for simpler things, but in a more professional way. Like this animations look simple, but how to get the colors correct? Okay, this is just one example I'm showing how to get the colors correct. Give me 1 minute. Excuse me. What is the other one? After Effects Saber. Yeah. So how to get the colors correct? Then what composition should be used? How to smartly use the Photoshop techniques that you know and improve them, like elevate them to another level to make them see, these all are your Photoshop layers, to how to use those Photoshop layers as video layers and edit in After Effects. So particularly this motion graphics was created fully inside After Effects, not using any plugin. Now coming to your composition. So let me open one Saber composition. Just a second. Right. So yeah, you can see the number of Photoshop. These are all Photoshop layers. Okay. So how to use those Photoshop layers? Let me just turn this off background. Yeah. Yeah. How to use all these Photoshop layers and create all the motion graphics that is required. So beginner level course, not gonna touch a lot of compositing, but you should have this knowledge, how to, you can even utilize all this for your portfolio. So any questions on this? I will, no, I can, just a sec, where is, I can stop sharing. Where is the stop share button? Yeah. Yes, any questions on After Effects or compositing, how to start with? Hello? Okay, yes. Rajat is asking, hello sir, I'm actually new to After Effects, so I'm very much eager to learn about this software. Can you tell me what specific things will be taught in specific? Yes. So first of all, you will be learning motion graphics, both 2D and 3D. Then keying, green screen keying, wire removal, and special effects inside After Effects, not going outside of that. Then finally, you will be learning color correction and audio improvements. So these are the specific topic. I hope Rajat, your question is answered.
All right, I have one question from Mr. Ashutosh,
Okay.
and he's asking about the ZBrush part of it, as in the ZBrush
Okay.
short-term program. Sumit or Oro, either one of you, if you can jump in and explain about the short-term program. JP, can the short-term program for this thing, if you can share? Yeah. So ZBrush and sculpting in ZBrush. So this is the short-term program for it. Mr. Sumit Oro.
Yes, sir. Fine. So in Zebra's short-term course, you will be learning the navigation, the user interface, then how to work, just like any 3D modeling software, how to work with gizmos inside Zebra's, like move, scale, rotate, plus how to smartly use all your mask to do sculpting. Okay, to learn all different kind of brushes, what do they do, then a zebra specific technique, the polygroup technique, to smartly divide as a model and work on individual parts. Then let's say if your topology is not correct, how to use dynamesh, which is again one more zebra's important tool, how to use that practically. Then how to utilize your subdivision of a 3D sculpt. Okay, then poly painting, giving out textures, giving out surface details, and baking them. So your course will be including your sculpting your eyes, lips, nose, all the facial features, okay, on a plane, starting from a plane, then from a head also. Okay, then using
Or
layers.
I would like to add something.
Yes,
Like this ZBrush course is it's for beginners. This is like, because you can see we are explaining basic this interface and everything.
yes,
It's for beginners, and it's like targeted towards the organic modeling. So you can
yes,
see we are sculpting eyes, nose, lips on a plane, and basic structure, facial feature, and details. It's like more towards a like if you want to be a character artist, I want to be a organic modeler, or you want to be a sculptor. For those people who are like who want to polish their skills and create something really like really realistic characters and all, for those, and it's a beginner thing, so anyone can join who wants to learn ZBrush and want to know the process how to create uh, a head, because this is something we are targeting towards only head, because it's a 3 weeks module. We cannot do a full-fledged character, so we can create one head, basic head. It's like just to give you the like idea how it works. And so that's what like we sort of, and all these tools you can see topic covered, those things are basically part of those things. So you need to know all those things and use it, and create those that head, that particular head, or those shapes. It's all about that. So
Yeah, yeah,
you can learn it, and plus you implement the same thing on other models as well. So this will cover the entire basics, and then you can I guess we have planned for advanced modules as well, but as of now we are offering this basic model only. Yeah, that's it from my side.
yeah.
Thank you,
So
Sumit. Thank you, Aru.
thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
I was going to ask. I was going to pitch in and say that does this require any prerequisites? And Sumit brilliantly pitched in and gave an explanation as to what is there. Um, yeah, guys. Any other doubts? Mr. Ashutosh, I think your queries answered.
Rajat Verma, he's he asked a question like actually need to adopt After Effects. So I am very much eager to learn about the software. So you want us to like reply it on live session, like directly, instead of like replying back to typing. So if Oro can answer his question.
Sorry,
Yes.
what was the
R-
question?
Rajat's question.
Rajat's question. It's in question and answer. It's about After
Yes.
Effects.
Yeah. So Rajat, as I was explaining, so we will be covering from starting from motion graphics initial, your starting course will be from motion graphics 2D and 3D both. Then after 2D and 3D motion graphics, an introduction to VFX. So this course will not include like full-fledged VFX, how do they do in movies, or what course do you have for? Okay, yes, sorry for interrupting. Yeah. So after your 2D and 3D motion graphics, you have your introduction to VFX, like how to do green screen removing, how to remove your wires, okay, how to add any certain fire elements, simple effects, not the complex ones. Then after that, your video editing tools like color correction and audio improvements. I hope, Rajat, your question is clear. Right. So basically, motion graphics, video editing, and your basic introduction to VFX. Now, VFX will include tracking. So simple tracking I will show. So yeah, that's from my side. Now, Avinash is asking, sir, what course do you have for developing games? Vinesh, sir, would you like to answer this?
Yeah, Oro. One second. I was just manipulate. Sorry, trying to get used to this. Um, Mr. Avinash, yeah, for game development, we have a program for Unity, which is the game development in Unity. But again, this is not that in 3 weeks you'll be able to develop a game. This is just for um, an overview and an oversight about how Unity is used, what is the UI interface, the node-based system of how you can have 2D assets or 3D assets built somewhere else or built in Unity and plug in and used in Unity itself. So in the course overview, we will teach you how to create your own game. That is in a nutshell, like maybe a 2D shooter game. But it's not to do with that. Once you do this program, you will know the entire game development thing. This is one small aspect of the entire pipeline. All right, so definitely you will your majority of your questions will be answered over here, but you will have to understand how to go about with it. um,
Yeah.
for game development, this is the best. This is the best. This is the thing that's there.
Right, and just to add on to that, what Vinay sir just said, uh, so this course, game development course, covers the visual scripting part in Unity, not the coding itself, because obviously 3 weeks are definitely never going to be enough to learn coding in Unity. This uses the visual scripting part where you can apply your game logic using the visual scripting and pretty much do what a coder would do, but through a different interface of Unity. That is the specialization in this.
There is like Avinash, no, I guess Tushar Hegde, he asked like what is covered in game asset creation pipeline. I mean Max or Maya. I know basics of 3ds Max, Zbrush Substance. I didn't touch Maya and Unreal. Okay, in this particular course, we like you can we can use Max Maya both. So you can, if in our short term course we have both the options Max Maya, because all of us we can work on Max and Maya, both the software. And being a game artist, if you want to be a game artist, you should, it's always recommended if you know both the tools. So in this like you can use Max or Maya, and this in this particular course game it's a 4-week course. So all the softwares we are using, it's week wise. First week we create the model, second week we UV and texture, then we like create high poly, and then we for last week we import into Unreal and create a game, finish the complete game asset and light it. So it includes your basics of Unreal, basics of your sculpting. So it's not like you need to have basic idea. Like yes, Unreal just to import and apply a material, create a material with that node-based material editor. Those things are covered. And for Max and Substance, you need to know basics at least, and rest we can like teach you. And how to create like really good quality assets. We'll explain those things. Cover with this in this course. So there's no issue if you don't know Maya. Doesn't matter, we can use Max, that's absolutely fine, because we all know Max Maya both. So we can if you are working on Max, like modeling is same, right? Same, you extrude, you create a shape, you scale down, do all those things. It's same for all the software, be it your Blender, be it your Maya, be it your Max. It just like tool and options a little bit different. The rest of the things are same, because your UV ID, like how you UV it, how you texture it, the techniques are same. Only the software tools are different. So like, all the softwares you can use, so it's completely fine. If you don't know Mac or Maya, doesn't matter. Anything else you guys want to know? Like if you want to know something like in detail, what we create and all. So it's like basically we have entire breakup. Like first week we basically block out the model and we create the low poly. Then second we create the high poly. Third week we bake it and texture it, and fourth week we finish it, import it into Unreal, and we light it and render it out. Like because until now, unless you import your model into a game engine, it's not 100% game ready model. Because when you import into game engine, if there is an issue in your model or issue in your texture, you will see, oh, there is a problem in a model once you import into Unreal. So like then we import and finish everything. So it's cover all the basics of like how to create a asset for game. Yep.
Yes, thank you so much.
And Rahul, Suru, if I want to learn about it, should I need to buy software? Not necessarily. You don't have to buy the software. Like software as in most, sorry, most of the softwares have a student version, and you can download and use it. Definitely use it, register it. So you don't need to buy really any software. And for students, and we if you join like no, this is online classes, right? So yeah, you can use that student courses, and there's lots of tools available free of cost. You can check their site, it's there.
Yeah, and regarding software as well, guys, you have to understand the purchase of a software is only when you're doing a commercial license, or you're making your going ahead and starting your own company. For student version, like for Max or Maya, there is a student version you have to register yourself in, and they will provide you a student version for you. So you can use it. That's not an
Yeah. Also, excuse me. Also, all the plugins that they are going to be used, they will be free of cost. No paid plugins will be available. No, they're not in your course. So yes.
And there's a free version of Substance also available for students. So like Unreal is anyways free, so there's no issue in that.
Yeah. Um, any more questions, guys, regarding any of the programs? Um, Now, if you were to look, if you're going to look at body mechanics for animation, I'm going to talk about a little bit of body mechanics for animation, since I'm not saying no one is asking, but I'm just giving you guys a course run through. The main reason for this is to enhance someone who already knows animation but still wants to push level up their basic level skills. This will definitely be useful where we teach about body dynamics for what is body dynamics used in the industry, how you go about with it, how to understand weight, balance, because these are the primary basic building blocks for you to understand how to do complex game animation. Let it be a parkour or a jump cycle or even a simple turnaround. How does the hand swing overlap? How the hip shifts? All of these things will have to be implemented at that point. To know how to do that is what this program is all about. How do you interpret weight? How do you interpret your own power, your own strength, character strength? So all these things will be shown. That is, we have a theory session and a demo session on this. We'll be looking at how to do walk cycles, how to understand weight and volume in that as well. The reason why I say volume is because you do go up and down and you don't shrink. Your body doesn't shrink at times. So this that is there for from the point of view of body dynamics. Now, which software is best for animation? Um, it's like asking which spoon is which spoon is the best to eat with. You can always there are multiple choices of it. If you don't know animation, a tool will not help you how to do animation. Motion capture is there, but even motion capture requires an animator to know how to go ahead and solve it. So there is no best tool for it. There are tools which have best and positive pros and cons of it, but it comes down to so many multiple factors. Like if you are hired by a company, whatever software the company uses, you'll have to use either which way. If you're an entrepreneur, whatever the client requires, you'll have to do it. If you are a studio, which is an IP content studio, whatever you suggest goes. So there is no specific tool that you can say that is the best for animation. Um, that is my opinion. I'm not stating facts though. So that's what we concentrate, and I think who asked this question, the most important thing that anyone needs to understand is we are not here to promote a software, or we're not here to promote a company. We're here to promote knowledge and education. The basics, if your basics are strong, you can use these knowledge and the skills in on any platform required. It's just that the tools are different. The tools may be placed in a different place, it may be worded differently, but beyond that, the skill of the person only takes you to finish it strong. Other than that, software or any medium is just a tool.
Yes, guys. See, you have to treat all the software like tools. It's not like software will do the job for you. They're just tools. Okay. So you have to do the job. It doesn't matter which software.
If you know how to animate, so basic a rule of thumb is same for all the software, because if you know how this that particular thing asset move or reacts, so tools, the name might be different, or maybe the software, those options will be different, but the technique and the process will be same always. You just have to, like, maybe suppose you know animation in Maya, then suppose and then you ask to animate the same thing in Max, like in case, so technique will be the same, only the option will differ, so you have to just check those tools in Max and then do it. Otherwise the process will be the same. So, like, because that's like, we don't depend on the tools, focus on the skills.
Yes, but like on top of that, if you want to like know like, yes, some softwares are industry standard. Like if you want guidance key which software to learn first, no, initially. So yeah, in that case, you can ask the like the faculty, sir, which one exactly. So there are industry standard softwares, but yeah, like Sumit sir said, the technique that to do is almost equal in all of that.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I'm really happy that everyone's on the same level, same wavelength. Um, Yeah, so back to the topic which I was talking about, body mechanics is that's there. Then after body mechanics, so if you look at game animation, it is slightly advanced level where you will be talking more about pose, timing and spacing, more on what is loop cycles, how to understand action and reaction, because you will in a game cycle you will be dealing with two people. Um, so there is over here it's an advanced level. Here you will be expected to know animation of whatever has been their body dynamics. You need to know, understand weight. We'll be filling in as to how to make sure your skill is up to level. Based how do we help you with that is we give you critiques on poses, we give you assignments of how to make your posing better, how to aesthetically have a good understanding, how to do research for a particular assignment or a project, because obviously for any project you will have to have reference material, some guideline or base to do it. If you don't know how to ask the right questions, you won't get the right answer. So based on that, how do you go about thinking for that, we'll help you guys out with. That's to do with this. Game animation is the name, but the level of intensity increases with as the complexity or the skill level has to be increased. And finally, we have animation. That is what majority of the companies look out for, because that is what is being done out there. So for acting for animation, we concentrate on the facial features and the body features, how to act with your body first and then with your expressions. And we move with a dialogue shot, so that you guys can interpret a particular audio in your own manner, and it is important where you take it to and not where you get it from. So guys, if you have any doubts or any questions regarding animation, I'm here to guide you guys. So same as to do with Mr. Oro and Mr. Sumit. So please don't feel shy to ask.
Thank you, Vinay sir. Thanks a lot for those clarifications, and I hope it's answered most of the questions for attendees. And I think some of you had those questions as to when the courses are starting. So these courses are on offer right now. You can speak to Mr. Jyoti. I mentioned his number in the chat also. Uh, and I will just repeat it. His number is 74119 76991. You can WhatsApp him for details of regarding these courses, or if you visit our Asian Institute of Design .in website, On the first banner itself, you'll see professional certifications open, and if you click on that, it takes you to the professional certifications link. There are about 16 of them, total courses that we have. Some are advanced, most are beginner, because that's where we would like everybody to start. And to wrap up about what Vinay sir and Sumit sir and Aro sir were talking about is, this is something that we like to educate all our participants or anybody who talks to us is, it's not about the software. uh, you can learn a software just by watching YouTube. If you are dedicated, 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks are enough for you, for anybody, because it's not rocket science. Understanding, what the interface is, how the UI looks, what kind of plugins are available. And there are enough expert videos online. So understanding a software is the easier part, but what an artist actually does in the industry is not just using the software. As Vinay sir and Sumit sir was mentioning, and even Nauro sir mentioned, there are certain techniques. Production pipeline has certain stages that every model goes through, every animation character goes through, every film goes through, or every VFX thing goes through. There is a cycle for it. If you know that cycle and if you know the basics, you can use any software for it. And I hope we have cleared most of your doubts for you. In case there are any more doubts, please contact Mr. Jyoti. He will connect you to the right faculty. Mr. Sumit, we are very thankful to Mr. Sumit sir, Mr. Aurobindo, and I would actually say that please join these classes, because these are not just teachers who have done a graduation in teaching. These are people who have worked in the industry, worked on animation, game art, the game art projects themselves. uh, they come with a lot of practical experience that you can benefit from, if when they mentor you. So with that, I would like to, I think, wrap this up if there are no more questions.
Thank you, Manpreet Bhai. Thank you so much. Oh, I couldn't. The best ending. Brilliant. I really like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.